Wanya back inside the wrestling basement, coming at you with another episode of What to Expect Friday Night Smackdown edition. Tonight's card is pretty stacked and it's going to be very, very interesting. And as far as tonight on Friday Night Smackdown, we can look forward to some extremely, very, very good shit. So, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. First up, we can expect to see a special edition of A Moment of Bliss with the special guest being Nikki Cross. Now, for the past couple of weeks, we done seen Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss friendship go from 100 to like 0. We seen last week in that Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match where the winner will go on to face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, they got into it. Well, Alexa Bliss got into it when she sister Abigail Nikki Cross and completely left the match. So, as far as tonight on this special edition of A Moment of Bliss, it's going to be very interesting, and we can definitely expect to see Alexa Bliss continue to go further and further off the deep end and show her affection toward Bray Wyatt the Fiend. And Nikki Cross, I honestly don't think she's going to even be mad at her. She just going to chalk it up to the game that this motherfucker is crazy, and that's what it is. We also seen this past Monday night on Raw, Braun Strowman returned on WWE Underground. For what reason, I don't know. I'm not knocking the WWE as far as him being on WWE Underground, and I definitely look forward to seeing him on WWE Underground next week on Monday Night Raw. But as far as tonight on Friday Night Smackdown, consider the fact that he was on Raw this week, it just makes sense for him to return tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. And I got a strong feeling his pursuit of the Universal Championship is far from over. But, there's reports that since Roman Reigns is back, Braun Strowman is, officially out of the Universal Championship picture, because you still got superstars like Bray Wyatt the Fiend, Braun Strowman, Otis, and they got Jey Uso fighting for Roman Reigns Universal Champion. So hopefully they don't waste Braun Strowman talent and he go back to being, a giant pushover and, pointless wins. Hopefully they build him back up to, the monster, and he finally overcome Roman Reigns, because, hey, if history repeats itself, Braun Strowman, could potentially go back to being just a big monster that don't, get the big one again. So hopefully tonight they build him up to be, the monster that he is. And I know the potential that Braun Strowman got. We all know the potential. So hopefully we can pretty much expect to see Braun Strowman return tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. Also, this past Monday night on Raw, we witnessed the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro in a tag team match against the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, in which I predicted the Street Profits were going to win. But storyline wise, it made the most sense for Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro to get the win, because nobody in their right mind honestly saw them, getting the win over the Street Profits. But that pretty much confirmed, since they did lose to the Street Profits, that pretty much confirmed that they really don't have no creative plans for Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro being the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But what we can expect tonight on Friday Night Smackdown, if the Street Profits show up on Friday Night Smackdown and challenge Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, that pretty much confirmed that they are definitely going to unify both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and I honestly won't be against them. Plus, they give them another idea to create a championship and put that on the WWE shop. So I know they ass be listening to these videos, so they're just a nice little sales pitch. And since we sticking to the subject of champions, we got the WWE Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy. As far as tonight in his Intercontinental Championship reign, we can expect to see a one-on-one match between Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, where more than likely the winner will go on to face Jeff Hardy at Clash of Champions. What we can expect out of this one-on-one match, and let me tell you some shit the WWE bound to do, which would be stupid, but nobody sees Sami Zayn defeat AJ Styles. Ain't no way in hell Sami Zayn defeat AJ Styles. I rarely seen Sami Zayn defeat anybody. So, as far as this one-on-one match, storyline-wise, both of these superstars is rightfully going to advance on to face Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. So, it's going to be a triple threat match. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they pull this one-on-one match off and make both of these superstars advance on to challenge Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. So, we can expect to see that. Also, tonight on Friday Night Smackdown, we can expect to see Sasha Banks return after a double heel turn by her best friend, stabbed her in the back. Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion. As far as her return tonight, this is pretty much Bayley is the heel in this whole scenario, and they finna turn Sasha Banks into a babyface, which I was never really down with Sasha Banks as a babyface. Not saying that I'm completely against it, but it's just you can visibly see which superstars are more comfortable as a babyface and which superstars are more comfortable as a heel. And Sasha Banks is definitely more comfortable as a heel, so they're definitely going to bear her up to be the babyface tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, one thing in my opinion I feel as though they done wrong is why would they have her return like so soon? And is she gonna be in like a neck brace? Is she gonna be playing off the injury? Or is she just gonna be back and out for revenge? But one thing we definitely can expect to see is the build up between Sasha Banks and Bayley, in which I got a strong feeling Sasha Banks is going to dethrone Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Champion. But tonight we can definitely expect to see those two superstars collide. And since we're talking about, the SmackDown Women's Championship, let's just hope when Sasha Banks do win the SmackDown Women's Championship, she don't have the same curse that she had with that Raw's Women's Championship. So we can definitely expect that tonight on Friday Night SmackDown also. And last and certainly not least, we got a tag team Samoan street fight match between the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, his opponent and cousin Jey Uso versus Sheamus and King Corbin. Now, as far as this Samoan street fight match, we seen what Roman Reigns did last week. His ass came out there at the last second, speared the motherfuckers, and picked up the quick 1, 2, 3. Now, as far as the street fight match, I got a strong feeling that it's going to be the same way tonight as far as him and Jey Uso. They just going to tease it further and further down the line that Roman Reigns is just a show up, kick a motherfucking ass, and walk out of that bitch unharmed, untamed, goddammit. But as far as that Samoan street fight match, it's going to be pretty interesting to see, the outcome of that. And hopefully, since they done it in the past, and I honestly don't think that they would do this because I don't think that they look at this storyline between Roman Reigns and his cousin as a big storyline. But in recent years, whenever you see, the champion defending his championship against a big opponent, they're usually, leading up into their championship match, they had their world champion and his opponent win the tag team champion. So I feel though it's not suitable for this storyline, but hopefully Roman Reigns don't completely turn on his family. I'm hoping to see, and we can all pretty much would love to see a heel bloodline whenever Jimmy Uso do return and have Paul Heyman leading all three of their ass to championship gold. Now that'll be beautiful. That'll be a beautiful way to end the year 2020, considering the fact how this shit been a roller coaster ride. So as far as tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, with all these, high key spots and points that we got as far as Friday Night SmackDown tonight, like I said, this shit gonna be pretty interesting. I definitely look forward to watching this shit. So with that being the end of today's video, feel free to smash the like button, super kick subscribe button, comment down below, and hit that bell notification. Till next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.